In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Mursal at Qoraa channel at YouTube, and this is the first part of lesson 4, which talks about possessions in the English language. In this lesson we are going to talk about possessive adjectives. But before we start, please don't forget to subscribe our channel, share this video as you can, activate the bell, and if this video sounds interesting for you, please press like to encourage us to be better and better. As we see, we have 7 subject pronouns in the English language: I, he, she, it, we, you, and they. Each subject pronoun in the English language has its own possessive adjectives. As we see, my shows us the ownership for the subject pronoun I. His shows the ownership for he, her for she, its for it, our for we, your for you, and their for they. When we study the possessive adjectives in the English language, we must put our hands on some important rules. The first rule is that the possessive adjectives must come before the owned noun, not after it. How is that? In this rule, we have 2 sentences. Number 1, this is my car, and number 2, this is car my. Which one is correct? Of course, we must remember that the possessive adjectives must come before the owned noun, not after it. According to the rule number 1 of the possessive adjective, that tells us the first one is the correct one, and vice versa in number 2. Why? Because here is the possessive adjective. My comes before car. So it will be this is my car, not this car is mine. Moving to the second rule. The second rule is that possessive adjectives don't represent for us the kind of noun if it is singular or plural, but the noun which comes after or which follows the possessive adjective is that shows us the kind of noun if it is singular or plural. How's that? Here we have 2 sentences. First and the second. Both sentences start with the same possessive adjectives, which is his. But number 1 is his sister is or are beautiful. Number 2, his sisters is or are beautiful. Number 1 will be is, but number 2 will be are. Why? Although we have the same possessive adjective in both sentences, but it doesn't matter us to choose is or are. Which is matter for us is the noun which comes after the possessive adjective, that which tells us the kind of noun, which if it is plural or singular. So the first one will be is, number 2 will be are. That's according to the noun which comes after the possessive adjective. Now moving to some practice on possessive adjective. Number 1, I have got a new car. Choose from his or my car is blue. To answer such sentences, we must put our hands on the subject or the subject pronoun. Here is the person who has the car is me. I have got. So it will be the right or correct possessive adjective for the subject pronoun I. It will be my. So my car is blue is the correct one. Number 2, Jack likes bananas. You choose from. Your or his mother buys him fruits. Of course, we are talking about Jack, which is a singular male absent or singular absent male. Whatever, when we talk about a singular absent male, it will be, of course, equal he. So we can replace Jack with subject pronoun he. And the possessive adjective which shows us the ownership for any singular male or absent or singular absent male, it will be his. So we can choose his mother buys him fruits. Why? Because we are talking about Jack, which is a singular absent male. 3. Sarah and Ashley are clever. Their or its teachers like them. Here's, of course, as I have said before, to choose the right possessive adjective, we must put our hands on the subject or the subject pronoun. Here's we have the subject is Sarah and Ashley. Of course, Sarah and Ashley represent for us the subject pronoun they. So we can remove Sarah and Ashley as one unit and put they. They are clever or Sarah and Ashley are clever. So when we talk about noun like that or plural noun like that, Sarah and Ashley, Jack and Peter and so on, it will be equal pronoun they. And the possessive adjective which shows the ownership for subject pronoun they is their. So their teachers like them is the correct one. Number 4. Emily and I bought a house. My or our house is big. Here's the subject as one unit, Emily and I equal we. I can replace Emily and I with the subject pronoun we. We bought a house or Emily and I bought a house. Any subject with the subject pronoun I equal we, of course, not another subject pronoun. Emily and I, Peter and I, Ham and I, and so on. Here is Emily and I, as I have said now, equal we. So the right possessive adjective for my or our, it will be our, which shows the ownership for the subject pronoun we. Number 5. My cat always looks after its or your kids. We are talking here about the subject which is a singular animal, so it will be its kids. To answer such questions, we always find a word represents ownership in the sentence, which must be removed and replaced with the possessive adjectives, which is between the brackets. So here is in number 1. Which word here refers to the ownership? Of course, it belongs to me. So before we answer anything, we remove belongs to me. And then we start our sentence with that. Now we have only 3 words. The demonstrative article, that, the owned noun, car, and possessive adjective, my. But here we must have a verb which follows that. So we can say that is my car. Here is the possessive adjective, and the owned noun comes after the possessive adjective as well. Number 2. We have these pencils. Use there. Also, we remove any word here represents us ownership, so we cancel or remove they and have and start with this is a word which is demonstrative articles. So we must follow this word these with or. After these are, we write the possessive adjective and the owned noun. It will be these are their pencils. Number 3. We own his house. Of course, as we know now, we remove we, own, and start with this, and then we write is. After that, we have the owned noun, house, and the possessive adjective, our. Of course, which one is first? It will be our. So this is our house. Moving to another kind of questions. In this question, the first two sentences are done for you. Number one, we choose is because word our sister. Here is the word which defines for us the singular or plural, the word which comes after the possessive adjective, not the possessive adjective in itself. So in number one, we choose is for sister, and in number two, we choose are for brothers, not your or not for our. Number three, our friend is or are polite. Here is our. In itself, our refers to the ownership for a subject pronoun we as a plural, but here is the word which defines for us the singular or plural choice, the word which comes after the possessive adjective. It's friend. So our friend is as one unit is a singular word. So the right one will be is polite. Number four, their friends is or are rude. Here is their friends. Here we have a plural noun, so it will be are rude. Number five, their friend. It seems here is number five seems typical to number four, but the difference here in word which comes after their or the possessive adjective, their cat is cute. Here is verb is comes after a singular noun. Here is his cats or their cat. So of course we have cats, cat. Then the second one is the right, so we choose their cat. That is about our lesson today. Thank you for watching our video. God bless you, good luck, and goodbye.